Well, hello everybody. Hopefully you guys can all hear me. Let's see if we can. I'm going to move this camera a little bit. Let's see, this way. No, this way. There we go. Yay! How is everybody tonight? You're all muted.
I know. I was like, thumbs up.
Good.
Good to see you all. So, good thing it's dark in here, huh? You can't see my disasters. So,
That was actually
Yeah,
just
like-
how you turn the camera too.
oh, did it?
It's
Cool.
like we have mood lighting going on.
We
now.
got mood lighting going on. Yeah, we should add wine, but we do have drink things. What's
Ice
in our?
water.
Oh, darn it! Yeah.
Yours
Uh,
and mine.
no, mine's actually just tea. So many of you may have seen my Facebook post. I'm in the middle of a major remodel. So luckily it's nighttime, so the jackhammers aren't going. But for the last 2 days, I've been listening to jackhammers ripping up foundations, and yeah, we're doing a lot of work to our house. So thank you to EXP for the stock. I know this is a brand neutral class, but I'm super grateful for that stock because that's how I'm getting my remodel done after 27 years. So I am here tonight with my special guest, Jennifer Sanvos, who is here with us tonight. And it's 6 o'clock straight up. So we're going to get started. So welcome everybody to Real Estate 101. We do this class every Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. I started doing a nighttime class because we have quite a few agents who work another job, right? Like you got a side hustle or you got a main hustle in real estate, your side hustle. And the truth is, not everyone can attend trainings during the day. So we started to do this class at nighttime to accommodate those. And it's for new and newer agents, or maybe you're a longtime existing agent, but you're looking for some great ideas on how you can boost or reboost or build your business.
That's awesome.
Welcome, Jennifer. We're
Thank
happy
you.
you're here.
I'm excited to be here. I got out of the house.
Yeah. And she actually came and joined me tonight. Luckily, she lives about, 5 miles from me, maybe 6?
If even.
Yeah.
It was really far.
So she was like, it's going to be loud at my house with Zoom. I'm like, well, just come over to my house. So yeah, we escaped. So I sent the husband out to show property. So he's out showing a house for me tonight so that I can hang out with all of you guys. So I'm really glad you're all here. And I see that quite a few people are logging in. So we'll give it just one more minute as you guys all log in. And I'm going to change this view here to where you can see us. Oh, that's a bigger view. So behind us, behind us is the disaster in my home office. Like I said, I've got stuff, you guys, I'll tell you what, I think that we should all be required to move or remodel like every 2 years, not 2 hours, so that we can appreciate what our clients go through, because I have lived in my house for 27 years. And I was laughing when Jennifer came over because we've been like cleaning out the clutter and purging like there's no tomorrow. And we have, I don't know, an entire closet full of boxes of just things like power cords and USB cords and
Random Apple boxes.
random Apple boxes and iPhone cords. And, have any of you guys been through that where you can't find something, so you go buy another one? Well, imagine doing that over 27 years. So that's where we're at. All right. So it's 6:02 and I'm happy to have all of you guys here tonight. Again, we have Jennifer Sanvos here for Real Estate 101. We do record this class as well, but I will tell you, you get way more information by being able to engage and talk to us right during the class. So we're going to kind of power through these 5 amazing free tips we've come through tonight for lead generation. And you guys feel free to ask your questions in the chat box primarily, please. And we will do our very best to answer them as we go. But we encourage you to ask questions, fire away. The recording will be posted usually 24 hours or so. And we post it in both on my YouTube channel. So you can subscribe at Marguerite Crispillo, my YouTube channel. We also post it in Real Estate Success Strategies and Accountability, which again is a brand neutral group. And you guys are welcome to, I encourage you to invite friends to that group. We post this every week there. And then we also, for anyone who's with EXP, we post it in our private EXP training group. So lots of places you can access this information, and feel free to share away and add people to the group. So, all right, Jennifer, you ready to dig in?
Let's do it. I'm ready.
All right. So, Jennifer, how long have you been a real estate agent?
18 years.
18
Whoa,
years.
Voice with the drink.
Yeah, that's okay. She's been in real estate 18 years, and you have how many
years.
children?
I have 6 kids.
6 kids. So you scooted yourself out. Let's
I
move
did. Sorry.
over. There we go. Okay. All right. There we go. She has 6 children, has been married to the fabulous Mr. Zach Sanvos. How long have you guys been married?
24 years next month.
Yeah, she got married at like what, 18 or something?
17.
17, yeah. She had to get her mama's permission to get married. I always think that's funny.
I did actually. They had to sign permission. I'm still thinking somewhere my husband is hiding some sort of money that they paid him to take me off their hands. But I haven't found the off-market account yet.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. So for those of you who are struggling with selling real estate, here we go. Like she's been, she capped this year. She's part of Masters Club, right? And does an extraordinary job out there hustling and selling. So anything is possible. You can each build your very own version of success. So I encourage you not to compare yourself to anyone else, because your version of success might not be mine or hers, and yours might not be ours, right? And that's the beauty of real estate. We can build our very own version of success, and we can work that business around our life if we need to. So you build a life first and build your business around it. And that's a lot of what I teach. All right. So we're going to talk about the 5 free ways to get the most business. So
okay, so the first way is going to be, it's still open houses. You just have to do them in a COVID compliant way. So one, you have to check with your local real estate, whoever your local real estate
whatever your laws or rules are, right?
That it's okay. Make sure that's okay with your broker, because different brokerages in different areas right now have different rules with COVID. In our area, some of the COVID compliance are you have to have an appointment only open house. So how you do that is actually I just got done today. I visited Larry and got a whole bunch more signs for an agent that's newer that I'm training, and she's doing open houses. She's going to do them 2 to 4 times a week right now because she can, because everything's shut down again in Sacramento, so she has the time. So she has open house signs that have the directions on it and just says COVID compliant open house, appointments only, available today. She has the entry forms, the PED forms. She has hand sanitizer. She has extra face masks. She has sanitizers too for the pins, because the one thing we haven't done is the digital PEDs. And then on top of that, I'm going to give you the best tip ever. Because of course, when you're doing an open house, why are you at an open house?
To get clients.
To get clients. You're not there to sell that open house?
Right. No.
Who knew?
I mean, well,
that could happen.
1%. I can tell you in my 27-year career, I've sold over 4,000 homes, and I've actually sold one home.
I did sell one open house.
From an open house.
I have done that.
Yes. It happens.
It does happen.
But the goal
is to get leads. So the best advice I have is I make a digital flyer. And sometimes I also like to have a list of area homes, and I do vacant homes. That's all done digital now. So what that means is I have a PDF or a JPEG or whatever picture on my phone. And if someone's entering, I say, okay, great. I just need to text you the digital information for this property. What's your cell phone? They don't even balk or blink. And now you have that person's name because they signed the fee. Now you have their cell phone number. You're like, oh, that's super easy, right? And they're expecting the digital thing. So they're like, oh, okay. And you can text them a free app if you have an app for searching for homes, whatever it may be. Would you like a list of area homes? And you can.
Now I want to stop you there for a second on area homes, because I want to point out, you said you're putting together a list of vacant homes. So explain to us why you choose only the vacant homes.
So I'm not sure other people's scripts for kind of my rundown. I say, hey, I'm going to give you a list of homes that you can't get anywhere else. You can't get this on Zillow. You can't get it from Redfin. You can only get it from me on a weekly basis. This home list is vacant only. Why can't they post that on Zillow or Redfin? Because that's where all the robbers would go to get it. So when you have vacant home lists, guess what I get to tell them? Here's my business card. This is your passport. Hang on to this card. Any home on this list, you can go by. You can be a looky-loo. You can be nosy. You can poke your head in the door. You can walk in the backyard for all I care. And if anybody stops you, you use that passport that I'm giving you, my business card, and you say, my realtor said I could call her. Never in 18 years have I had someone actually have a problem with it. And the people think it's amazing. They're like, I can go to any of
Wow.
these. Now, also with COVID compliant open houses, I've been doing them a lot with another agent because you can have because you can't have more than one family in the house. So you have one family in the house, make sure only the realtor's touching things, you're being sanitary, other realtors outside, or you could do it with the lender. This is the other beauty of that. And this I have done over the 18 years. Those people that just got that vacant home list, well, now they're out poking at the houses and looking. Well, guess what? They're going to call you or text you and say, oh my gosh, I found one that I think I want to see. Well, if you're smart enough to do it with another agent, guess what you can do?
You can
You
go
can
and leave the agent
right?
there. I love it.
Right?
I love it. Yep.
So
yep,
that
yep.
I have done where you stop the open house, I leave the other agent there, and I go and I show it and I sell a house.
That's fantastic. Fantastic idea. I love it. Awesome. Okay, so what did you guys catch out of that? You can post in the chat again. A couple things that are important. Create your digital flyer, right? Create a list of other homes in the area. I've always done this in traditional open houses. I mean, for all my career, I learned something tonight. I have not done that vacant script and that whole thing right there. So learn something new tonight. So that's fantastic, right? And you're able to get their names and numbers. So what's the key once you get those names and numbers? Follow up, follow up, follow up. That's where the fortune is made, right? Follow up. So super important. Great stuff.
I would say a tip that I learned from a realtor who actually, she had a way better first year than I did 18 whatever years ago. She never let the sun go down before reaching out to each one of them and just thanking them for coming to the open house.
That's fantastic.
It's as simple as that. Thank you for coming to the open house. Hope it was helpful. If you need anything, let me know. And fantastic. At least that was a start. You can still follow up more, but never, ever, ever did she let the sun go down without contacting every single one she'd met.
That's so awesome. So you guys, that's great ways for you as a right now to a way to get right now business. Because I promise you, I'm going to give you a clue. A good friend of mine, Chris Okamura, a few years ago, well, not even a few years ago, 2 years ago, was struggling, right? He hadn't really closed anything in a while and he was freaking out. So he made a commitment in the month of December of all months to do 30 open houses in 30 days. Okay. And he literally did them every single day. I think he said he skipped a couple days, but then he did 2 in a day. Or something like that. And by the end of 30 days, he had put 7 transactions in contract. I can tell you, I've done that same thing myself. I did it not this summer, but the summer before. And I did the same thing. I put 6 or 7 in contract in the month of July.
I did the same thing years ago. We'd gone to Maui and I had gotten injured. Someone hit us and I had to be off work for about 2 months. And this was back before you had all this extra stuff you could do. This is like maybe 15, 16 years ago. And I went from cold turkey, didn't have anything in the pipeline. And I did open houses like crazy. I worked my butt off. I hustled like crazy. I was working 50, 60 hours a week, but I put in 30 days, I put 13 homes in escrow and it was amazing. All off open houses.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Oh, I will say one more good point about open houses beside the signs. I swear, if you're going to go out and stick out 4 to 6 signs, just smack yourself in the face right now and don't do it.
Yeah.
Like, seriously. I just had an agent that I said, don't you dare. And he did anyways. And I was like, oh, I died. My soul died inside.
Yes.
The agent that I just set up that I'm helping her start, we're childhood friends. And so I'm trying to really bless her because her business is shut down. So I purchased all the open house signs for her. But even so, you can borrow them. You can just stick a writer. You can buy some off another agent, borrow, share, whatever you have to do to get gritty. But you need to have a minimum of 20 to 30 signs. Take that hour and a half you need to before the open house and flood the streets as much as you can in an area where they're not going to steal the signs from you.
You know, that's such a great point because I know Brent Gove teaches a fantastic class. I'm sure it's available on YouTube.
It is.
On his open house strategies. And, you know, I think as agents, we get really lazy, right? We're like, oh, we go out and put a couple signs up. We do an open house for a couple hours and we complain that we're not getting business, right? Put in a 6 to 8 hour day, you guys. You put in a 6 to 8 hour day and I promise you, promise, there's no way you could not get business from it. I mean, I would be shocked. If you have that happen, if you put out the 20 signs, you get out there and you do the open house and you do it the way we talked about and you don't get business, I'll come do an open house with you. I'll even fly to you wherever you are and do it. I mean, I promise.
If you're in Maui, I'll fly to you.
Yeah. If you're in like anywhere there's snow, probably not going to happen. Yeah. Yeah, I like to go visit the snow and come home. So yeah, there you go. All right. So next we're going to talk about my favorite tip, which
Yep.
is database. Database, database, database. Now, you guys hear me preach about it all the time. If you've not ever heard me talk about database, you have not listened to me because I promise you this is the most effective. Now, right now, what I encourage you guys is to make it a personal goal to make 10 outbound calls a day. That means outbound calling somebody, and you can't call somebody twice, 10 outbound calls a day. So, what do you say when you call your database, right? Well, right now, I would suggest you maybe not specifically talk about real estate, but let me tell you how the conversation almost always goes. We'll pretend you're the client, Jennifer. Okay. And what I'll tell you is I'll say, ring, ring, hello.
Hello.
Hey, Jen, it's Marguerite. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I haven't heard from you in a little while.
I know it's been kind of crazy out there. What's new in your life? How are things going?
Oh, it's just been nuts. Work is kind of crazy, and I've got the kids distance learning, and so they're all over the place. And I've got the husband that still has to work and doesn't help because he's at work all the time. So it's a little nuts. I'm just trying to keep my sanity.
Yeah,
Drink a
you
little
know
bit more
what?
wine.
I agree with you. The wine. I have to say, I feel really blessed that my kids are grown because I'm not sure that how everyone is doing it. Right? It's kind of crazy.
I keep trying to ship a few to you, but you tell me no every time. I just don't understand.
I know. I know. Well, what's new in your house?
Uh, we just did some more construction.
Oh my goodness, I'm going through a major remodel myself.
We've literally never stopped since we bought the house.
How long have you owned that house now?
5 years.
Wow, I bet the values have increased quite a bit.
It's gone up a lot.
Yeah. Have you been checking things out on Zillow and stuff?
I did. Zillow says it's worth like $900,000,
Really?
even though the house next door sold for 565. Mine's worth 900,000.
Oh
Isn't
my
that
goodness,
cool?
that's crazy. Are you guys going to stay there a while?
I don't know. We're probably a couple more years if I can get the husband to retire. I've got this amazing stock that I'm getting, so we're probably going to go and retire in another state pretty soon.
Oh, really? What state are you going to move to?
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Wow. Well, one thing I can always do anytime you're ready is that I can do a quick updated annual review of your home, of the value of your home. No cost, no obligation, no nothing. But I can put together kind of some comps in the area and some information. Just so you guys can kind of keep an eye on the market for when the time is right.
Oh, that'd be great.
Okay. So I said don't talk about real estate, but you see how that conversation went and where it went. Now, what will happen typically too is if we were to keep talking, almost 99% of the time she'll say, hey, man, how is things going in real estate? Right? They always ask because they know that I am in real estate. So almost always they will say, what's going on with the market? By the way, my neighbor just put their house on the market down the street. Or like she said, her neighbor's house went sold for 550, right? Now she was exaggerating a little bit, but not really too much. And so I promise you, two things will almost always come out of this conversation. Somewhere along the line, they will ask about real estate.
Mm-hmm.
Almost always, too, within 24 to 48 hours, I will get a call from somebody they referred because it's the thing called the reticular activator that heightens their awareness of what's going on. So they talk to you and they're like, oh, and they just happen to bump into their friend Sally. And Sally said she's thinking about buying or selling the house. They're going, that's crazy. I just talked to Marguerite. You should give her a call, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I encourage you guys to do is to pull out your database. If you don't have a database, I'm going to come over and smack you with a wet noodle.
No,
You
we're both
have to have
smacking
your
them.
database. Yes. You have to have a database, right? I don't care what database it is. So don't ask me which database to use. I use all clients. If you want to use it, I'll send you a link, but it does not matter. I don't care whether you use Wise Agent, KV Core, I don't know, Lion Desk. There's a million programs out there. The most important part is to have a database where you are tracking their name, phone number, email address, physical address. Okay. Now, if you don't have all that information, again, don't get freaked out about that. Whatever information you have, put that information in there. And your goal is to make 10 outbound calls a day. Now, if you're scared of what to say, I just gave you a great script. It's called Family, Occupation, Recreation, and Dreams. We didn't make it as far as recreation and hers, but we did talk about the fact that, her family, she's home with 6 kids, her husband's still working, she's still working, right? We talked about their dreams, which their dream is to move out of state, right? So that's kind of their goal. And she's working hard to get her husband to retire, right?
Yep.
So you can use that little simple script. It's called Ford, Family, Occupation, Recreation, and Dreams. And simply make phone calls. You guys have the time. Don't tell me you don't have the time. You're all sitting home doing nothing, right? Because we're all COVID bound. It's a perfect opportunity to call and check in. It does not have to go to real estate. The conversation does not have to go to real estate. I don't want to hear you make those calls. Hello, Jen. I'm calling to see if you want to buy or sell a house. How often do you think she's going to take my call if I make that call? The first time. After that, she's not going to answer the phone when it's me, right? She doesn't want to hear from somebody trying to pitch her and sell her all the time. So I really encourage you guys to pull out your database, right? And make 10 outbound calls. If you did that for 10 days, just 10 days, I promise you, you will get business out of it. You will get somebody who will say, hey, I was just thinking about buying or selling a house. Hey, by the way, I just saw my neighbor's house went on the market. I can't believe they're selling that piece of, whatever for X amount of dollars. And they're blown away. They're like, I keep hearing how crazy the market is. Can you even buy a house right now? Interest rates are stupid low, right? There's a million reasons why it can make sense. So I encourage you guys to start tomorrow, right? Pull out a list and make 10 calls a day. Who do I call, you say? Well, that's going to lead us into our next topic, which is called digital door knocking. All right. So let's talk about this one because I got super excited about this one myself. This is another one.
I love that we came up with a name for it because I was trying to explain to Marguerite, okay, I've been doing this and it's going really well, but really it's digital door knocking. So, and this is the best part is even if you're a new agent, it doesn't matter. You can do this. So agents know agents, right? So Marguerite, do you have any buyer at all, even one you're working with right now?
Oh, I got probably 50. If I could put them all into contract, I'd be mega rich. But yes, I have one in mind.
Okay. Or a lender that you know of. They probably know a buyer that's approved that doesn't have an agent, whatever it may be. So Marguerite, your favorite buyer right now, tell me a little bit about what they're looking for in a house.
Okay. So John and Andrea, my husband just went and showed them a house tonight. They are looking in the 450 to 500 price range. They're pretty open to like Citrus Heights, Orangevale, even like Fair Oaks, Carmichael. They love Roseville, Rockland, of course. But they're pretty open to quite a few areas, but they would really like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and maybe something 16 to 1800 square feet or bigger.
Okay. Actually, I might know of a house. I'll let you know. So I take that information. With that, I'm going to hit the streets, but not really hit the streets. This is my favorite part. I don't have to actually go knock on any doors. So here's where that goes to. Now, there's multiple ways to do this. You can look at expireds, but not just any expired. Look at stuff that hasn't sold in 6 months, because guess what? They probably still want to sell.
Yep.
And they may need to sell more now than they did before.
Yep.
You could look at for sale by owners. You can look at recently expired if you want, but not only that, start asking on Facebook. Ask on Instagram. Hey, to any of my friends, neighbors, whatever it may be, post on a Facebook group. I've got someone that is in desperate need of a house and we can't find it. Can you please help us? Now, here's another one that you can do. Take that even next step is you have there's these different things like spooky or whatever, where you can get numbers and you can get kind of weird and stalk people like all of us realtors. Let's face it. If you're a realtor, you also better be a professional stalker because it comes in handy. So
you can also get some of this information from title and your title company.
So you may get a title list. You could do circle calling. You can get, hey, title, I need a list of 3 to 4 bedroom houses in Citrus Heights that haven't sold in the last 2 years. Well, now you have another list you can call, and you're just calling to you, a neighbor, anybody. We have this amazing family that are approved and they just want their first home, whatever it is. Now, on top of calling, because you don't necessarily want to leave a message, right? So call once, they don't answer, call a second time. See, because then they're like, oh, this might be important. They still don't answer. Then I resort to a text if I have to, but take it a step up. So I work with a lot of clients that are horse people. Matter of fact, I almost cried today. I had to go to a listing appointment and I had to wear actual business clothes instead of my Wranglers. I was like, it's been a little while since I've had to dress like this.
I know we had to put makeup on for this.
I had to do my hair. I am back in my Wranglers now though, because you only have to see the top half.
Yeah, I'm not even going to show you. I got sweats on the bottom. I won't lie.
Anyway, so because I am a horse person, I took a selfie video, nothing perfect, had my 13-year-old helping hold the horse, and I did a short video that said, hey, I have clients that have horses. Their horses are homeless right now and being boarded. Please help me find them something. That got a response. One, I have a cute little kid in it. Two, got a cute horse in it. And I texted to people that have horse properties. Well, that can go with anything. What if you have a family with little kids? Ask the family, hey, can we do a quick video together? I'm just talking like 30 seconds. You can also send that over instant messenger or whatever. You can email it. You can anything you want. I have 6 kids. So if I really want, I can like call them in and say, look at these cute little identical
Or you can
twins.
borrow her kids.
You can totally borrow my kids.
Yeah.
They're free.
You just have to feed them while you have them. Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple paid options, by the way, while she's talking about it. You can go to companies like Red X, Vulcan, a couple of those they do cost a couple $200-$300, I think, a month.
Red X is actually really cheap. I paid $600 for the whole year, and I split it with another agent.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
I'm like a thrift girl, so like there's a way to break down the cost so we're not both spending the same amount. So I paid $600 for like the whole year, and I split it with another agent. So,
but I would make sure you're going to use it and commit to actually calling before you sign up for it. So, but those are some great programs. Those are optional programs where they will help provide phone numbers and a number of other things to help you with your calls.
Yes, but even then, again, you can still look at expireds yourself. And there's other ways to get numbers and get information that don't cost a penny.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do posts, especially the video. Like a YouTube is a great one. If you were going to do a paid ad, YouTube is super inexpensive to do ads on right now. You can do a short video on there with, hey, I'm looking for whatever it may be. There's ways to get the word out there without spending a lot of money. And the digital door knocking has been amazing.
Yeah, this is an epic tip right here, you guys. Feel free to share this. Like I said, share on it'll be posted on YouTube and on my Facebook groups tomorrow. So this one to me is the most brilliant one. And I actually have not done this yet. So I can't wait to get started on this one. I have a big remodel I got to pay for. So I got to get out there and hustle. So I've been slacking.
And again, if you don't have buyers, like maybe you're newer or maybe you're just in a dry season, right? Like after I got in that accident, dry season, right? You know a realtor. You know another realtor. Reach out and ask, hey, do you have any approved buyers that are looking for something, you're having trouble finding it?
Yeah.
Every week, whether I want to or not, my 2 closest best friends are both realtors. And guess what we're always talking about? Hey, I've got those systems coming out. I've got this buyer. And those girls automatically know. They will automatically reach out and say, Jen, I've got this buyer looking for something. I can't find anything. Can you find me something?
So imagine, you guys, if you're a new or newer agent or going through a dry spell and you just sat down tomorrow and called even me or Jen. We've got buyers right now. And I promise if you went and got a listing tomorrow, we would have somebody there to buy it, right? Like that's what the market is like. The inventory is the lowest it's been in my career. So just about everything is selling within minutes.
Yeah.
So it would not be that hard for you to get a listing and put it on the market and get buyers for it. So I promise you that is not going to be an issue. So the idea is we're digital door knocking, we're to call expired listings, to call for sale by owners, to do circle prospecting around a specific area or listing, or Jen likes to focus on horse and country properties. So how hard is it to have your title company pull up everything that's over an acre in a particular market, right? And call all those people and see what you can do to get some listings going. One other thing that you brought up that we didn't write down, and maybe we can talk a little bit about this, is you talked about how you're utilizing your listings to get more buyers too, right? You mentioned something about that because you were saying I asked where you're getting all your business from right now. And you said, I'm getting some of my business from my listings. So are you doing more on your existing listings?
Well, one thing, and Frank Crandall thanked me a million times for this. You're supposed to have proper paperwork in place, but one great tool, even right now, I have a $1.5 million horse ranch that's not quite on the market. There's a coming soon sign. And I've gotten probably 5 to 6 calls already on that. And including neighbors. They're like, hey, Jen, I saw you have this sign here. I'm a neighbor and looking for it. Now, granted, that's a little bit more common out in the country because I feel like country people are just a little bit different. So when they see and they're like, oh, and my picture on my sign too, it's taken on my farm. You can see the grass in the back. So it looks a little kind of logo does. So that helps. But that's one way to get those. And is doing that coming soon. And it's just a simple rider that says coming soon. And it's a great way. So I tell all my clients before I take the listing, I'm like, the sooner we can get this sign up, the sooner we can potentially find you a buyer before it hits. So, and that coming soon sign on that one will probably be out for about 2 months before we're ready. Just
Now check with your local board
Yeah.
and guidelines.
there's
Some
different
boards
things you have
won't
to have
allow,
sign, or there's
right?
different,
Or you
certain
have to have an
communities you
agreement in
can't.
place. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just check with that, but that's a great tip as well, right? So, gentlemen, raised your hand. You want to ask a quick question? Let me see if I can unmute you, or you can unmute yourself. Let's see. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Okay.
Go ahead, gentlemen.
All right. Hey,
Hi.
so hi, how are you guys?
Good.
So I'm a new agent, and I'm always kind of curious to what you guys were talking about YouTube. What kind of videos you guys really, is it any kind of videos that you can post on Facebook or YouTube?
So, right. So that's a great question. So video is like the new way to market as much as possible. And to be honest with you, the more real it is, the better, right? So the fancy
Okay.
videos where you're having all physical, fancy recording and, all that stuff, people don't pay as much attention to that, but they love the real videos. So a simple video you might do, go ahead and give us a quick example.
Actually, I did one. So this was actually really
Yeah.
fun. I took my kids, especially the twins, right? Because you just want to see cute little identical twins.
I can't hear you. You're muted.
Oh, sorry, I
Oh,
muted
we're
myself.
muted.
All right, so go ahead.
So one thing I did a couple years ago is I went to Lowe's with my twins, and I was giving some seller tips. So one thing that we were talking about was paint colors. So what paint colors were popular at the time. But I had my twins with me as well. So then I said, okay, twins, like what kind of colors do you think would be in a house? And of course, they're picking crazy things like blue and purple. And I'm like, that's so cute, not right? And then we would go over to the garden section, and we would talk about pops of color and black bark and what you could put in there. And it was just a short little fun video. But it was one that we did. Or my 13-year-old, one of her favorite things to do is wear my branded shirts. She loves them. You get a comfy t-shirt with your brand on it, and that kid will she is my billboard everywhere. She's
That's
so
awesome.
proud. She loves wearing them. So if she has one on, we might do a quick video of whatever it may be. Hey, look at my best ad. Whatever it may be, something. The horse clients. I did something on the horse clients. It may be you have a tip. It may be you're just talking about life, right? I have 6 kids. I homeschooled for 14 years. I'm like everybody always wants to know like how my life works. And I'm like barely with tequila. So it just depends, but I try also to share different tips that I do with that.
Yeah, so something specific, gentlemen, might be, hey, this is Marguerite, and I happen to be out here driving past this amazing country property. Now, this property is on 5 acres, 3-bedroom, 5,000 square feet, or whatever, got a pool. I have to tell you, the sad news is this is pending sale. But if you know anybody else who is thinking about selling their home or selling a country property, please, please, please call me right away, because we have buyers who cannot wait to get into a home, and I really need your help. Who do you know that's thinking about selling their home? Private message me, please.
I just got a really good idea.
There you go.
It like popped in my head. Okay, so the coming soon sign, right? What if you don't have a coming soon listing? You don't want to go advertise it for the other realtor, right? That's a little bit different, because then they're going to call that realtor. How about you, if you happen to go past a coming soon sign or for sale by owner or whatever, or you go on Zillow to a coming soon and you make sure it's not on the market yet, and you ask the agent's permission or whatever, you look at the information, go stand in front of the house and do a little video without showing the sign and be like, hey, this house is in for sale, or wherever, for Fair Oaks, I don't care, Loomis, and it's not on the market yet. If you want information, call me. I will get you into this house somehow before it hits the market. We will make this work. Well, then guess what? You're the only one that knows where the house is. You're the only one that knows listing agent's info.
There you go. Yep, that's a brilliant idea. We're going to use that one, right? You guys just got a great tip right there. So hopefully that answers your question, gentlemen. Let me see. Let me unmute. There you go. Did that answer your question okay?
Yes, pretty good. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, cool. Let me mute you again. There you go. So just so you guys know, there's a million different ways. Don't get caught up in you have to look perfect, you have to be completely dressed, or take one day that you get all dressed, because we're not all getting dressed right now, and get dressed and then go out and make your rounds. Like drive around your neighborhood, drive an area that you want to market or sell, do a quick video. Hey, by the way, I just happened to be driving down 123 Main Street and saw that there are 3 homes for sale. And I have buyers that are looking in this area, right? So if you're also thinking about selling your home, so these are all great tips that you guys can use. The most important thing I want you all to hear in this whole message, we are only three out of 5 that we've made it, is action. Action, action, action. You got to get out there and do the work, people. So get up, get dressed, put your fancy pants on, make your face up a little bit. Guys, put your baseball hat on and get out there and find the clients, because they are out there. They exist. It's just a matter of what are you going to do to make it happen, right? All right, number 4, pop buys. So y'all are thinking, how the heck am I going to do pop buys in this current environment? Let's talk.
Okay, so I still
chair
did pop
fell down.
buys. Let's see, I did pop buys in October
Mm-hmm.
and I did pop buys in December.
Okay.
Now, let me rephrase when I say I did pop buys. Because let's be real, 6 kids, farm, full-time real estate agent, right? So my life is crazy. I do have a nanny that I pay, and I have other helpers. Tell me you can't find a teenager or one of my kids that I have 2 older ones that drive, right? Someone that's willing to make $15 an hour, and guess what? They'll drive around for me. Even better, I pay them to fix $15 an hour. They take my 13-year-old with them in the car. They do the pop buys. They're always something that's COVID friendly. I'm not baking anything myself right now or anything like that. I may have a professional baker do something where actually I did that for October. We did really cute sugar cookies but they were like a decorate it yourself. That was amazing. Everybody loved it. And the key is I actually don't, it's going to sound horrible, I don't want to see my clients. I don't want to talk to them. Because if I get stopped, I'll end up there for 2 hours because they want to catch up, right? And it's COVID, so I want to be respectful of and mindful of who I'm being around. I'm not trying to go and spread germs or infect someone. I want to be respectful.
Right.
So I normally will have other people do my pop buys right now, and I stick to 30 to 50. I try to keep it reasonable, try to keep it close, just depends. Pre-COVID, we did jam that my kids helped make. So then all my clients knew that the kids helped make jam when we put it ourselves, and it said real estate's my jam. And that was during like 4th of July or something. Christmas time, I was on vacation in Tennessee. The nanny is at home and I'm still on a pair, right? Because we're on vacation. She wants to work. She went to Lowe's on Black Friday and got 88-cent poinsettias.
Oh,
88 cents, people. So because they were 88 cents and she got more and things were getting busy, we dropped off 2, slapped a little Jennifer Sanvis real estate group sticker on there. That was it. And just flopped them by. And I had a couple of clients that I had some extra law enforcement clients that I had some extra specially made ornaments for. So those couple ones they dropped off. I have another client that we have this inside joke about pink flamingos, and I found a $3 one at Target. So she wouldn't have even needed my sticker. She would have known who it's from. But that way, I mean, your goal right now is you're not trying to necessarily talk to someone face to face. 1, you'll get through way more houses, and 2, being respectful of COVID. So, anyway, so we get those all dropped off, and boom, I've got clients that always, and the text will come for a week or 2. Oh my goodness, Jen, we forgot to text you. Hey, by the way. And again, same thing as working the database, kind of goes along with that.
So there's a million ideas for pop buys. You guys can Google that easily and on Pinterest, on YouTube. Within our group, there's files,
sanitizer.
sections.
People were doing pop buys.
Yeah,
of
sanitizers, masks. I mean,
which you can get free sanitizer from a title company. I just got like 50 bottles. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah. And, you can even you got Valentine's Day coming up, right? You can do all kinds of fun stuff. I know one of my good friends, Megan, one of my coaching clients, she always tries to do something that's got a little bit of a sense of humor kick to it, right? And I just I love some of the stuff she does is just amazing. So tons and tons of great ideas on pop buys. I would make it a goal, maybe drop off a few a week, right? But don't overwhelm yourself. Drop a few off every week. I know even our lender provides a lot of our pop buys and will share the cost with us. So, there's lots of creative ways that you can get with pop buys, but this is just one way. And guess what? You can combine it with crews in the neighborhood to see what listings are available, right?
And if you don't have, I know that sounds so glamorous that I have a nanny, but again, 6 kids and I'm working full time and they're distance learning. So I had to work up to having a nanny. We haven't always had that. So it may be that you have a screaming 2-year-old in the background or a nursing, whatever, but go drive them around while they take a nap in the car and kick the 5-year-old out to drop it off, whatever it is. Like there's ways
maybe
to
not the
creative.
5-year-old, but there's
Well, if the 5-year-old's like just take it up and
Yes,
if they're a
yes,
responsible
yes,
5-year-old, it's not going to
yes,
go doorbell
yes,
ditch them.
yes, yes.
But you're just setting it there. But you can involve the kids. Even if I'm not the one driving, normally one of my kids wants to go help. They like doing it. They think it's fun and cool that mommy's all branded on something. So
Yes. And you know, again, this is something you can do with another agent, right? So Keisha asked, are these given to prospective clients, vendors, or past clients? Any or all of the above. Now, I would say that if you do not have a relationship with them, meaning that you haven't had a conversation with them, that it might be, you know, you might not choose them.
These are like your
This is more for your
VIP,
past clients, your people that have referred you people.
or current clients.
It could be current clients. It can even be certain vendors. Like I probably wouldn't send Popeyes to my lenders and title people.
I totally don't.
But
do my vendors.
you know,
maybe
you
if
may
there's
have
someone that refers me a lot, but the lender, my lender did get some.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, honestly, don't get caught up in who to drop them off to.
Just do it.
I would focus more, however, on past clients. If you're a brand new agent, you don't have past clients yet, then it could be prospective clients. It could be
your
business.
sphere. What about your sphere of influence?
It can be your sphere of influence, people that you know. It could be some of your business connections, right? Like I have great heat and air people, painters. You know, I had some construction guys here today and I gave them cinnamon rolls,
new construction. Go stop by if you don't have clients. If you
milk
go
route
and new construction, even with COVID, be like, you know what? I just wanted to drop this off for you. I know that
that wasn't even a tip we were going to talk about.
No,
but milk route,
and my freebies that just
milk route is fantastic. What does milk route mean? Milk route means that you pick maybe a group of builders, new home builders. Alicia Blackwood Stearman built her business on this. And what she did is she literally picked a list of builders, new home builders, and she literally went to their office every single week for I think a year or more. She
would also, I mean, if anybody knows how to do this or has connection, she would say, give me your dirty. Give me the ones that nobody can approve. I'm going to work with them until I can approve them and then turn them back to you. And she did it.
Yep.
So why couldn't you do that as an agent? Maybe you already have a connection with a lender who's willing to get gritty and fix those. I don't know, get creative, like come up with some sort of idea. But if you're going in there and saying, you know what, I know that COVID probably sucks for you right now too. I just want to bless you with these cookies. Here you go.
Yep.
And just leave it. The more you do, if you're doing that once a month, they're going to get to know who you are.
Yes.
Because not a lot of agents do that. A lot of agents have kind of a stigma of, ew, the new home builder, but build a relationship with them, because if your client walks in there without you, guess what? They're going to have your back.
Yep. Not only that, but you know, you guys would be surprised. Again, this business is all about relationships, right? And the more relationships you have, I know that actually works, because a couple years ago I was going through new home builders and I happened to run into this gal that used to be a resale agent. She became a new home agent, and literally within an hour of me leaving her office, she sent me a referral for a listing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So you don't know, and the most important part about that, I will tell you about milk routing, is consistency. Okay. So you can milk route places, and I hope you all understand what we mean by milk route. What we mean by milk route is that you go every single week or every 2 weeks, you create a schedule and you go visit that office every week. You can do that with attorneys. You can do that with financial advisors. You can do it with anyone who may be in a position to send business to you. CPAs, right? Bookkeepers and accountants. They're all busy right now, but I'll tell you what, you drop off some cookies and coffee and they're going to be happy, right? And if you do that on a regular basis, guess what? As soon as they have somebody that they could potentially refer, they're going to refer you. And you're not doing anything anyway. So you could make it Thursdays or Tuesdays or twice a month on Fridays that you go and you drop something off at their office every single time you walk in. Of course, with your business card, your branding, your information on it, and build those relationships. They might not be very friendly the first few times you come by, but I promise you, they'll warm up. Again, when you bring them something good, snacks, coffee, cookies, cinnamon rolls, whatever it is, M&Ms, I don't know, anything that you hit at the dollar store with the 88-cent poinsettias, right? Anything that you can do. And if you do it consistently, I promise you'll get business out of it. All right, we're down to number 5. We've been yakking a lot, so we're getting down to the wire here. So the last one is social media, which we kind of touched a little bit on that with video in the earlier ones we talked about, right? And what else did I have here? Oh,
I'm sorry.
So a lot of things that you can do on social media. For those of you who have KV Core or something like it, There's a lot that you can do on here. And I wanted to go through and let's see if I can share my screen real quickly here. And I'm going to just show you a couple quick tips of things that you can do inside KV Core. Now, if you don't have KV Core, you probably have something very similar to this through, what's the other one that's out there? Sync. Yeah, Sync is one, and there's a couple others, Ylopo and stuff like that. So I don't know your particular program, but I'm going to show you real quickly on KV Core what you can do. This is your KV Core dashboard. Mine says conversion because I have a broker version, but it's the same thing. And one thing that you can actually do is two things. If you'll scroll down here, you'll see the option for making Craigslist posts. Now you can do this again if you don't have KV Core. You can do this however you want.
You do old school.
You can do old school, copy and paste a listing from, you can check with agents. That's really what we wanted to talk about. If you don't have listings, you can reach out to listings in your market, in your area, either within your company or not within your company. I will tell you that what I do is I'll take a farm area that I want to target and I'll pull up all the listings that are available in that market. And I will send an email, a simple email to the agent. Hi, this is Marguerite Crispillo. I would love to advertise your listing on my Facebook page or however you want. You can, however you want to advertise it. And I will gladly give you credit for the listing. Mm-hmm. Are you fine with me advertising it? I will tell you that about 50% of the agents out there will say yes, and 50% will say no. Why they say no, I don't know. I think it's crazy. I know certain brokerages will not allow them to allow other agents to advertise their outside listings. Again, I don't know why they even say that because their listings are advertised already through the IDX agreement that they have. However, we want to be respectful of everybody. So if they say no, then that's fine. But I will tell you, if you send out 50 emails to agents, you'll get at least 10 to 20 will say it's completely fine for you to advertise my listing. Please go for it. Independent companies are much more open to allowing that than certain franchises. So you can actually go here to Craigslist if you're in KV Core again, or you can do it old school. You can choose any of the listings that are here. These ones happen to be with our existing company. And I'm pretty picky. Like I'll choose this one for $925, right? Or $1.3 million, right? I might not choose the $49,000 one or the $30,000 one, but I'll go through all of these are actually pretty high priced. I mean, we have one on, all these at $385, $450, $849. I would probably choose the higher end ones. And you can simply click post on Craigslist. It will actually go through the process for you. Again, if you have this, it'll say, where do you want to post it? I want to post it on Craigslist. It'll walk you through and do it all for you automatically. You can just sit here and get all the way to the end. And at the end, it will send you an email. It will say, well, it keeps going. Hold on. It's doing its thing. You guys can see it's all doing this automatically.
That's weird. It's like glitching on that one, I think.
It might be glitching on this one, but you'll eventually get an email and you'll go into the email. Oh, there it goes. Nope. Stuck. Okay, so we chose one that got stuck. So it will go through and send you an email, and then you just have to click on the email. Like this one is awesome for $1,795,000. So again, this is a very simple thing you can do on Craigslist. Hopefully it's not going to keep glitching. If it does, we'll move on. But
there, that one did it.
Uploading image. Please do not click. It's uploading. Oh, it has no images. So we chose one that didn't have any images.
What?
We're striking out. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so here I can go ahead and put publish, and then I'll get an email, a simple email into my email here. Hold on, in just a quick second. These are all the emails I have not responded to. Don't judge me. Anyway, I'll get an email in a second from Craigslist that will say, please authorize this, right? And then I will simply click on that and it will be posted on Craigslist. So this is a great way that you can do some simple advertising, okay? And it's free. That costs you absolutely nothing. Another option that you can choose, hopefully you guys can all see my screen okay. Can you guys all see my screen okay? Where is chat? There's chat. Make sure you guys aren't saying something in the chat. And so what will happen is, hold on a second. There we go. You can also go to listings in here. You can search any listing that happens to be with our company or not with our company. I think you can look at all of these. Again, I like to search by price. So I will search by certain price points, right? That I want to focus on, or even certain areas. Like here's one in Lincoln, because that's where I live. So I'm going to want to advertise this in Lincoln. I can do a couple things. I can simply copy and paste this link and post it on Facebook, number one. Okay. Or I can email the listing. Again, I can post it on Facebook, post to Twitter. I can do it however I want. So there's a lot of different ways that you can take these and post them. Another thing that you can do is here on lead generation, you can choose what are called landing pages, and you can create, hold on a second. You can create a squeeze page. I'm sorry. It's called squeeze pages, where you can actually choose what you want to advertise. Okay. So for example, you can say, I want to advertise anything that is an open house, or search however you want. Okay. So you can search for a specific area, a specific zip code, anything, but you can actually use your KV Core website and post listings, or you can do open houses. You can do homes with pools. You can do lots of different stuff in there, right? So, well, Jen Lynn, it's KV Core. If you're with EXP, you get KV Core for free as part of your monthly fees. I think that Realty One Group gets KV Core as well. I'm not sure what Keller Williams has, but KV Core is, there's a lot. If you're with EXP, there's tons and tons of classes inside EXP World that is available on KV Core. So I encourage you to go there and check that out. I don't really do classes on KV Core because I just don't, but there's so many resources available for that. So, but just the point is, on social media is doing videos like we talked about earlier. We also talked about Instagram, Facebook. I don't know how many of you guys are on Clubhouse now, but Clubhouse is a little addictive and it's pretty cool. I am not really sure yet how to use that for client attraction or getting buyers and sellers. But what I can tell you is there are hundreds of conversations going on by all kinds of people that are giving some amazing content away on Clubhouse. Again, lots of places you guys can get business. You can go, get training. There's stuff on YouTube, lots of stuff in my real estate success strategies group, in my EXP world, my One EXP family group. And I have a lot of stuff available too inside Masterclass Real Estate Academy, which again, you can go into either one of those groups and just search the word Masterclass, and it will come up with a free link to all of my training that I've done over the years. So lots of resources. All right. Well, I think we've given a ton of great insight tonight. This has been super fun, and I'm so glad.
I love that I have a few new ideas.
I got some ideas too that we'll be trying out and test casing, right? So we'll get back to you guys on how some of these have worked. Any other questions before we wrap up, you guys? Any comments, questions, thoughts? You could go ahead and chat in the comments, or you can unmute yourself. Let me know what you would like to do. Any other questions? Nope. All right. Well, I hope you guys got some fantastic information tonight. We had a lot of great tips, a lot of great ideas, and I would really, really love to hear your feedback. So let's see. Claudia had a quick question. Are pop buys for past clients only? I would say not necessarily. Again, you can use your pop buys for past clients. You can even do them for personal friends, because it does include your branding, right? Personal friends, family, your sphere of influence. Again, a great ideas is to do what we called the milk route earlier, right? You can also do this in an area that you're farming. If you're farming a particular area for listings right now, I would really encourage you to do that in your farming area. And let's see, last question. Where do we find the recording at? Jennifer, it will be posted tomorrow. It'll be edited and posted tomorrow, both in our One EXP Family Facebook group and Real Estate Success Strategies and Accountability. But you can also go subscribe to me on YouTube, and you'll be notified as soon as it's posted. On my YouTube channel, you'll get a notification. And Christy, send out cards is amazing. If you guys are not familiar with send out cards, I encourage you to reach out to Christy, Tavani. It's a fantastic program. I've used it for many, many years. It's awesome. So, all right. Anything else, you guys? All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Jen, for being my very special guest. This was awesome. And I'm super grateful for you guys all joining me tonight. And I will see you next week, same time, same bat channel. I don't know who my guest is going to be yet, but I will be updating you inside the groups. Thanks so much. Have a fabulous week.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.